Alright, it's time for another CD review. Just like the last one, I had I put a status on my Facebook page, on my Little Chaos page, asking for suggestions, and I just chose the one with the most likes on it. So this one is by Neck Deep. It's called Wishful Thinking. It's actually a really good suggestion because I had never heard of them, I don't think. But it was pretty solid. I was actually surprised how much I was getting into it. I wrote down like my notes as usual. Overall, I'd definitely say I liked it. I'll have to get the album and listen to it some more, maybe do some covers or something. Usually with bands like this, it's the singers that kind of throw me off. Right away, I definitely noticed how much, to me, the singer sounded like, just maybe not like 100%, but he sounded a lot like Sonny from Census Fail. I definitely got that vibe a little bit from him, just like the way he would do like his high notes and stuff. But like, I think I was on like the second to last song, and it finally hit me that he also sounds like the guy from Story So Far too, which I remember saying I didn't really like him that much. But for some reason, I definitely like this one a lot more. I mean, it was a little different. I don't know. I mean, I definitely did. I did get into it. So I mean, just going song by song, I don't think I missed any songs. And I don't know if this is in order too. I've found a playlist on YouTube of what I'm assuming was all the songs. There was 12 of them. So first one, Losing Teeth. The only thing I really wrote down with this one is it had a really cool outro with the way they were singing it. There was like some, for lack of a better term, they were just saying like whoa a lot, like whoa something. I don't fucking remember. But it was really cool. It sounded like really big, which I liked. A lot of bands try and do stuff like that, but it doesn't always come out that good. Crushing Grief. I liked the guitar intro. I did write down that the vocals reminded me of Census Fail a little bit. Staircase Wit, I thought had some cool lead guitars in it. Damsel in Distress. I like the verses a lot. That's one thing I wrote down a lot in this, is they usually have some really good, like, solid verses. Some of them even better than just the choruses. Usually, like, the choruses are like the bigger parts of the songs, but I was really getting into the verses a lot in a lot of their songs. And I also wrote that there was a good contrast in their guitar tracks. I definitely like when you can, if there's two guitar players, I like when you can hear like really distinctly like a rhythm part and a lead part. I think that's really cool. Especially because like I'm usually listening to stuff like Blink or other stuff with mainly like one real guitar riff through like the main thing. So like if you listen to a song like we'll say like The Rock Show from Blink-182, I mean I know there's more than one guitar track, but for the most part it's still pretty much the same thing through the whole thing. So it's not like a real solid like lead part and a rhythm part, you know. It's just it's a lot simpler for like if I'm gonna cover it, it's a lot easier because there's only like really one choice of what to play through the whole thing, other than like if I was gonna play something like this, I'd have to really choose if I'm gonna play the rhythm section or the lead section. So I mean, I think that's cool. I mean, I like both. So what did I write for Zoltar Speaks? I thought it was good overall, but I didn't really have too much to say about it. Growing Pains, I think this was the one they had a video for. I don't remember. Yeah, I think so. I liked the verses a lot. And I wrote the drumming is really solid, but I mean that's pretty much how it is for the whole album. Say What You Want, I put I really liked the verses as usual. They had like really cool beats to it, and a really solid intro. But I felt like the song was just way too short. I feel like I was waiting for it to get like bigger, to like a really big chorus, but it was one of those like 1 minute songs, which just bands have sometimes, which is cool. But I mean, I feel like this one really could have gone somewhere. Mileage was one of the only songs that I really didn't find anything great about. I mean, it was good, but I mean, I didn't see nothing really jumped out to be like, oh yeah, I want to say something about that. So, Sweet Nothings, I just really like the verses again. What Did You Expect and Blank Pages both had like cool. I don't know if I could call it tempo changes, but at least like it at least like changed beats like really obviously. But I mean, it still flowed really well, which I thought was really cool. Both pretty much like towards like the ends of the songs. And Candor, I thought was really good. You know, pretty solid slow jam. But to me, I'm assuming this is the last song of the album because it was the last song in the playlist. If it is the last song, I just don't think it should be the last song because, I mean, I can see why people would want it to be the last song because it's like the slow one. It's like going out. The album's like slowing down. It's ending. But I feel like slower songs are better for like the middle of the album because then it can like pick back up and end like solid. So I mean, that's really the only thing I had to say about that. It wasn't a bad song at all. I just feel like I would have put it, say, like track like 5 or 6 or 7, somewhere in there. So that's all I really got to say about the album. I really did like it. So if you have any suggestions for other albums I can do, definitely leave me a suggestion below. But it's likely that I'm going to try and do the same thing that I've been doing, where I post a status on Facebook. I usually post a status every like week or two. So if you follow me on there, you're likely to see it. Like I said at the beginning of the video, what I usually do is ask people for suggestions, and if you don't feel like leaving a suggestion, then at least like someone's suggestion if you think I should do that one. I think the next I think the next highest voted one was Boxcar Racer, but I mean, I just feel like it's going to be a boring review because I just think it's a perfect album. I think every song's great. I mean, I don't really have too much to say about it. So I don't know if I would do that one. I mean, everyone knows I'm obsessed with Blink and Boxcar and stuff like that, so I don't really have to do reviews on that stuff. So anyway, hopefully you like this review. If you've never heard of the band, you like pop punk, I would definitely check it out. It's really cool. I think that's about it. So I will see you next time.